as I call it, my teeth.
He doesn't need them. Just to fight other elephants.
Or you.
Well, yeah. That's a
Next thing you know, you're impaled on a tusk because you're trying to chop an elephant's trunk off. All he was doing was doing his job, making sure that you were getting the highest quality out of his product.
These feel like mob rules. It's not mob rules, mafia rules.
Mafia rule?
Yeah, it's not the law.
I mean,
but they're enforcing their own brand of justice, and I'm not adhering to that. I'm not going to fall victim to it. I'm going to get some ivory, and I'm going to get some trunk.
Use your karate skills,
Use
your
my
military
karate
training.
skills, and I'm going to come out the victor. I don't need a boiled hot dog.
How would you break a tusk off?
Leverage.
Caught you. Leverage. What do you do? What are you gonna form a simple machine to wedge it off?
There's got to be some. There's got to be. I'll find the weak point.
Do you feel like you have no strategy at all? You're like, I'll make it work.
You grab it, you twist it counterclockwise, and you pull a bit, like a pill bottle top.
Or like picking an apple. You grab it and you twist a bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's got to come off. People do it all the time. Poachers do it all the time.
Matthew, I think you should, just from here on in, follow the directions on the package. This way you don't get trampled by a giant cartoon elephant in your own home.
Sure.
Speaking of following the directions on packages, Matthew, you have here a bag of
Orville Redenbachers.
Yeah, the Big O, Orville Redenbacher, the best name in popcorn. And this bag, on the back of it, you were pointing out to me while we were eating that on the back of it, there are microwave instructions, and in bold red here it says 2 to 2.5 minutes on high. Popping time may need to be adjusted for more or less time. Fair. Big red letters. Do not use popcorn button.
On the microwave.
On the microwave.
Yeah.
So, Matthew, you outlined a bit of a conspiracy. Do you want to explain your theory here?
I just don't know what's up. I don't know what happened in the world between the microwave companies and the popcorn companies to have this hatred between them. I mean, it really feels like the hatred is one-sided. Popcorn, the microwave companies are like, hey, popcorn, we're going to put a whole button just for you to advertise popcorn. Maybe some people haven't heard of it, and they're going to be like, ooh, chicken, fish, reheat, popcorn. Popcorn, there's a whole button for it. I'm going to
love the idea of someone who's like, well, I microwave all my chicken and fish, but what's this popcorn button?
Yeah. And so they go
I've seen corn pop. I've had those for breakfast.
Yeah. But this is a new adventure. So they go out to their local grocers and they purchase a bag of popcorn. And then they go to put it in the microwave and they read on the back of it, do not use that convenient option on your microwave. Mm-hmm. And I want to know why. I want to know, the people making these bags, are they just have it out for the microwave people? Is there some, like, why not? Is the setting not correct? Do they want you to just not trust in something that's been predetermined? Is everything going to be different if you use the popcorn button?
Well, it's predetermined already. It says 2 to 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but the microwave button isn't 2 to 2.5 minutes.
The
It's
popcorn
set
button.
time. Yeah.
How long is it? Have you tried it?
Well, I don't know. Could be 2 minutes. Could be 2.5 minutes. It can't be 2 to 2.5
So Matthew,
minutes.
you've got this. You're having a movie night.
Yeah.
You grab your Orville Redenbacher. You open up your microwave. You toss it in. You close the microwave. Your hand floats over the popcorn button. Do you press it?
I don't.
Or do you go, no, Orville said otherwise. I'm doing as Orville asked.
I see that Orville face with
A
his
friendly
big old
face.
bow tie. Yeah, friendly, but there's some
Something sinister
back there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use the popcorn button.
No.
I just go with what they tell me. Actually, I go to 3 minutes. Go a
Whoa.
little over, and then what I do is I wait for the popping to stop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You just listen.
Yeah, I
You
listen.
stand by the microwave, ears perked up.
Yeah, and without a doubt, I burn the first 2 tries. That's why I always buy them in 3s.
Why are you doing it for 3 minutes then? I'd rather.
It's because of the feud going on between the popcorn companies and the microwave companies. You just reach
don't
an
know who to
agreement,
trust.
and I'm there, and I'm the one who's missing out. I'm the one who's burning up all my popcorn because of these. Because of this feud that I don't know where it stems from.
Maybe you should just trust in the microwave. Or trust in Orville. Pick a side. You chose Matthew in this war.
Never trust Matthew.
And Matthew is losing. He's losing men.
So it's either, yeah.
You're like Russia in the Second World War, just throwing numbers at it. Not gonna win, just enough popcorn to eventually get out of here alive.
Yeah. I heard on the radio the other day that there are Nazis from World War II. And they were still being hunted down.
They gotta be old as hell.
They gotta be just old men who are just, they were Nazis back in the day. Not a good thing to be.
No.
But is that a crime?
It's a war crime, is specifically what it is.
Can you be charged for that so many years later?
Yeah, sure. I don't think there's a statute of limitations on genocide.
But it's all fair, isn't it? All fair in love and war?
Yeah, they say that.
And in war, for sure.
They say that, but there's still rules. Like, you're not supposed to shoot the medic or maybe the radio guy.
I wonder, who would you be in a war?
I'd like to be like a code breaker.
Oh, so not out on the field.
No. Let me just, send me some Morse codes and I'll be like, what they actually mean is chicken for dinner.
So you'd just be...
Chicken for
you'd
dinner.
Be from your home?
No, I'd like an office.
Okay, not like a tent out in the field. You wouldn't want to be like in a MASH situation.
I've decided that I like modern conveniences.
Yeah. As do most people. That's usually what you go to war for. You fight for your
modern conveniences. I suppose I don't know if that is really what you go to fight.
You fight for your freedom. You fight for your country.
Like the Nazis weren't trying to take our radios.
I guess not.
Well, like that's a modern. They weren't trying to take our toilets.
No.
I like modern conveniences. I don't want to sit in a tent, poop in an outhouse. I want to have an office where I can just crack some codes.
What if they tell you got to come out in the field because there's some codes we need you to crack, but they're...
Send them over.
It's like the delay is going to be too great. We're going to lose a lot of men.
Why would it be so big? How are they telling me that?
This is World War II. We're going back to World War II.
We got radios. Radio it over.
Well, as a radio man, aren't you protected in war?
I don't know about that, Matthew. I don't know if a radio man is protected. Honestly, if I'm a Nazi and you're a radio man, I'm shooting the hell out of you.
Would you also shoot the
hell
out
of me? So that you can't communicate back to home base, ruining your future strategies and whatever.
Yeah, but at that point, wouldn't you also just want to shoot the medic? Because I don't want this medic saving a bunch of lives of people I'm trying to kill.
I don't disagree, but I feel like, if this guy is badly injured, he's not going to be like bandaged up and sent right back out after me. He's going away for a while. So, in the short term, it's fine to not shoot the medic. In the long term, maybe not.
I just feel like it's war. Kill everybody.
Yeah.
And don't ever stop shooting until you're at home.
Until you're at home. Okay.
Like you just shoot and you walk backwards. And you keep shooting and then you shut your door.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like if I was in a war and I shot someone else's medic and radio man and whoever else.
I feel like I deserve a steak dinner.
Yeah, I don't feel like 80 years later I should be charged for those crimes. I don't feel like they're crimes. They're war crimes. Those are...
Yeah.
But
or maybe worse.
War crimes makes it sound better to me. It sounds like he committed a crime for his country during a time of war, which is excusable. Just like if you were a Nazi in the 40s, it doesn't mean you're a Nazi now, but you're still going to be charged as if you were a Nazi in the 40s. You're going to be. It's only because Nazis lost the war.
It's the things you did, right? I don't think you murder someone in the 40s, you still murdered someone.
Yeah, but if Germany won World War II, it wouldn't be a crime.
I suppose.
I'm not saying...
They didn't. I mean, Matthew, right now you are literally sympathizing with Nazis.
But not a Nazi sympathizer.
Wow.
I'm I'm a sympathizer of justice. I think that.
Oh, okay.
I think Nazis was a very harsh example, but
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have gone with Nazis as the group to sympathize with.
but you're in a war and you steal some bread
Yeah.
from a country that you are at war with.
So odd. What do you mean? Like, hey, France, I'm stealing your bread.
Yeah, it's a lot of bread to steal.
Yeah.
in there. So you steal some bread.
Good bread.
80 years later, the France police are knocking at my door and it's like, you took this bread and use my grandfather's breads and you are going to be hanged for this. And that's fair? I'm going to be hanged for something I did 80 years ago?
You know,
In war
Matthew,
times?
justice must be served.
Once again, though, I'm fighting France, so I'm a Nazi again, aren't I?
Well, it could be a different war. It could be a different war, and the French are bad at wars, so the France probably won't come back after you. You're
Yeah.
probably going to win the war. You get the bread,
Yeah.
and you win the war.
Yeah, those France, they're not... They're gonna,
Those France.
No, they're gonna let me take all the bread I want, and they're gonna sit there, and they're not gonna do anything about it.
Speaking of bread, Matthew, I was in your kitchen earlier. You have a chalkboard up in your kitchen
Yeah,
that has the word sugar
yeah,
and the word carbs
great things.
with circles and lines through them. No sugar,
Ooh,
no carbs.
ooh.
And then right beside those two words crossed out says sexy body. Matthew, are you on a new diet plan? No sugar, no carbs. You're going to have a sexy body by summertime?
Clearly not. I'm drinking Red Bulls. I'm eating burgers.
I don't know. Maybe it's your cheat day. You're having burger and fries covered in ketchup, mayonnaise,
Yeah,
a big glass of Pepsi.
not big enough. I was spoiled at Hooters. All those refills.
I love how like we went to Hooters and one of the best things of the experience was the free refills on soda.
Yeah.
It's funny.
You know what? I forgot to tell this story last week.
No, let's get into it.
But I only realized we went to Hooters.
Yeah.
You felt
sure
like
did.
you got the short end of the stick because you couldn't look at any of the waitress / models.
Sure.
You could only look at me.
Well,
And then on the way back, you stopped in. Okay, on the way back, you really had to go to the washroom.
Yeah.
You were dead set on like, I gotta go to the washroom right now. And then he's like, I'm gonna stop and get an extra key made for my place first. And then
I mean, it wasn't that desperate, but I kind of needed to use the washroom.
And so you're like, yeah, the last time I got a key made, it was a really crappy key and it didn't work. So I'm going to go to the exact same place that
I don't
got
know where
that
else.
key
I mean,
made.
there's like one other place I know I could get
Canadian
a copy
Tire.
of the key. Yeah, okay, so two others.
Professional keys,
Whatever.
other places. But you go to the exact same place that made
Magazine
you that bad
shop,
key.
they do it.
You go to the magazine shop again. And
You know what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you get your key made there. While you're waiting, you walk around and you're looking through Playboy and you try to convince me that there's no more nudity in Playboy. And clearly there was. There's still nudity in Playboy.
Yeah.
But you were pretty believable. So you were looking through and it's like, yep, there it is.
Oh,
There's the
I
nudity.
guess I was wrong.
But now I realize now it's because you did feel like you didn't get your fill at Hooters.
You know what? That's quite the leap that you're making. But I feel like a year ago that they had announced that there would no longer be nudity in Playboy, and maybe within 6 months they saw their magazine sales plummet, so they brought them back. But I don't know. At first I was like, oh, I haven't looked at it Playboy since they removed the nudity. Oh, this is a beautiful format. Look, it's so wide. The cover stock is fantastic. This feels great on the fingers. And flipping through, looking at the articles, and then whoop, no, nudity's still here.
Yeah.
Nudity is still here.
And the thing is, it wasn't even for the benefit of the store clerk, because normally you're not supposed to be flipping through magazines.
Playboy.
But you're there and you're like, you're not even exclaiming it loudly. You're not being like, oh, the layout of this magazine, it's very different. Oh, it's wider. Oh, nice paper. And you're just looking in it for the nudie pics. But no, you were actually just looking at that magazine for the layout,
For
and
the
the
format,
size,
yeah.
and the
I like printed objects, magazines and books, especially large books.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by them.
Sebastian loves Playboys because he loves large books.
Getting a subscription because I love the shape.
He loves the shape, the large format.
It's much wider than a normal magazine.
Oh, how did that key work out for you, by the way?